Yodok prison camp and the other prison camps that we know about are nothing short of hellish. And the information that Amnesty International has received has shocked even an organization that for the last 50 years has dedicated itself to dealing with political prisoners. North Korea is basically completely outside of scrutiny right now. The outside world certainly doesn't know what's going on, and very little from the inside comes out.
1999년 7월 22일 날 간첩 혐의로 체포되어가지고 보안본부에 체포되어서 제가 나중에 한마디로 거짓 자백을 했죠. 너무 힘들어가지고 보험 받고 취소 받고 해서 거짓 자백을 하게 되니까 2000년 4월에 이제 15 여독 정시범수용소에 보내졌어요.
Yodok is one of the more well-known detention facilities located in North Korea. And Yodok is a fairly large area. It covers about 90 square kilometers in total, and that's about the same size as a mid-sized American city.
Amnesty International is focusing on Yodok because, as governments and perpetrators of human rights violations often do, the government is denying that this camp exists. We know this camp exists. We know where it exists. We know that there are many people who are there. We've spoken to those who've gotten out. And this is the perfect example, sort of the flagship camp.
그리고 제가 지금 RNB가 여기 대한민국에서 해놓은 거예요. RNB가 다 부서졌어요 그때. 그리고 비둘기 고문이라고 수갑을 이렇게 뒤로 채워가지고 거꾸로 이렇게 매달아놔요. 앉지도 서지도 못하게. 그게 1시간도 아니고 뭐 이틀이면 이틀, 3일이면 3일 연속적으로 그렇게 매달아 놓으면 사람이 잠도 못 자고 매달려 있으니까 잠도 못 자잖아요. 잠 잘 수가 없잖아요. 가슴은 튀어나온 듯이 아프고. 그러니까 내가 얼마만큼 육체적으로 힘들었으면 내가 간첩도 아닌데 간첩이라고 자백을 했겠어요.
We understand that there are at least 6 political prisoner camps. We think a total population of around 200,000 people in these 6 camps. One of those camps that we've gathered information about is the Yodok prison camp, which we understand has around 50,000 people held in it.
We're not terribly sure what's happening on the inside. The fact that we would have to rely on satellite imagery just to dispel the government's assertions that these camps don't exist is testament really to the scale of the human travesty that might be going on inside.
So, for example, a human rights organization wants to learn more about a place like North Korea where physical access is not allowed. We can obtain satellite imagery to be able to see what's going on the ground regardless of physical access. From the things that we've been able to see from looking at the satellite imagery, we can gather clues about what might be happening inside the buildings based on what's happening in the surrounding areas. For example, the agricultural production has actually increased over the past 10 years, so that's a sign that more food is needed in the area, and hence we could assume that there would be more people that are consuming that in this prison camp.
200g인데 식사 200g을 옥수수도 아니고 밥도 아닌 것을 한 그릇을 주는데 그나마도 하루 과제를 다 수행해야만이 식사를 두지 하루 과제를 수행 못하면 식사를 안 줍니다. 예, 하루 과제라고 하게 되면 김매기 아시죠? 박김매기. 하루 과제가 1인당 350평이에요. 350평을 내야만이 밥을 다 주지. 만약 350평의 절반밖에 못 맺잖아요. 그러면 식사를 절반밖에 안 줍니다. 그러니까 보원들이 와서 야, 갖다 묻어. 그러게 되면 내가 알았습니다. 가서 사람들 데리고 가서 제가 가서 묻고 오면 밥을 한 그릇씩 더 먹으니까 내가 데리고 같이 묻으러 다니는 사람들은 좋아하지. 사람 죽게 되면 슬퍼하는 게 아니고.
These are places where, based on what we understand, probably 2 out of 5 prisoners die, often due to malnutrition. Food is very scarce. They work at least 10 hours a day for 7 days a week. They're engaged in very strenuous manual labor, very hazardous work with no protections. They are treated as, in fact, they are slaves, often doing totally pointless activity. And there are several instances of public executions taking place. People who are executed, hanged, or shot in front of the other prisoners, certainly to send a message to them. And we also understand that there are executions carried out secretly. So the camps are places where almost the entire range of human rights protections that international law has tried to set up for the last 60 years are ignored.